Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Need to Nerd podcast. I'm your host, Heezy, and I'm joined by my co-host, a special friend of mine, and a Tigers fan, Paddy B.
Yeah, the Idaho State Bengals.
Oh, Bengals.
Yeah.
Not Tigers. I messed it up.
Fantastic debate program. Yeah, my sister's in the Hall of Fame at that school, so it's pretty cool.
This is in the Hall of Fame for their debate?
Not for debate, for women's soccer. She was an insane goalkeeper.
That's dope. She should teach Maxwell. That's what he wants to do. So.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might talk about some of the things that Maxwell wants to do this week. We are going to be doing our monthly Our Need to Nerd episode. We actually recorded another episode for 139, but I, for the life of me, can't find it. I think I accidentally deleted it when I was cleaning my hard drive.
Oh no.
Because I didn't have a lot of space. So we're going to have to re-record our wonderful episode on My Hero Season 7. But this week, we would probably talk about some anime still. Before we do, don't forget to check out the Discord. We had some Andrew in there asking questions. We have myself posting memes and stuff like that. But, you know, like, I said this, I think, on the My Hero episode, that with me deleting so many social medias, I really need y'all that are listening to jump in and participate in that Discord so that I just, like, have human interaction while I work from home. Paddy, I need you to participate. Everybody just jump in that Discord. Links in the show notes. And, you know, and to help that Discord, share the show. Share it with your friends. Share it with your enemies. Share it with your mom. Share it with your Hall of Fame sister. Everybody jump in there and nerd out. Just go nerd off. Go in the corner and nerd off.
I did send my Hall of Fame sister the invite. I mean, you played in a fantasy football league with her, so you know.
I mean, I met your sister.
Yeah, I thought at the wedding. Yeah, I thought I added her to, or you know, at least I don't know. I sent her the link for the Discord. I'm doing my part, Spencer.
I'm doing my part.
We'll get some more activity in there. I've been more active in the CC one now that I'm, you know, subscribed to the Patreon. But I will do more in our Discord because you're right. I'm kind of in the same boat where like I try not to use Facebook much anymore. Like I really just like post this podcast stuff on there. And then, yeah, I'm Blue Sky and YouTube. That's about it.
I did download Twitter today, and it was because I wanted to get news more than anything.
Okay. I mean, that's what it used to be. It used to be like the place for minute to minute, second to second news.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how much I'll use it, but I did download it to look at. Okay, well, let's dive into the main topic. It is Our Need to Nerd for February. This is where we talk about the things we're nerding out about right now, the next things that we want to fulfill, and then we talk about the nerd news. I'm going to jump right in with Dragon Ball Daima. So, I complained about this a lot on the podcast. I'm going to complain about it again. There are some people that watch the dub of 90s anime specifically, where they're not willing to go in and listen to the sub because they've always watched these characters their entire lives with these voices. So one of them is Dragon Ball, where a lot of people will just wait for the dub because they've watched Dragon Ball for over 30 years now, and they're not doing it. They're not switching over. And
I understand. It makes sense.
Dragon Ball Daima got spoiled for me a while ago on TikTok. Actually, I don't even think it was TikTok. I think it was Facebook. Facebook gave me... And I'll just give a spoiler warning, because I'm going to actually say what was spoiled for me. So if you are watching the dub of Daima, don't listen to this part. Here, I'll clap now. when I clap again, if you're watching on video, this is over. But yeah, so I got to see Vegeta go Super Saiyan 3, which is a spoiler for Patty B, who's never watched Dragon Ball, for the first time on screen. It was a great conversation with my wife when we watched the sub, because she's like, doesn't he never do that? I was like, well, it's implied that he can do it in Super, but he doesn't like it because it's a huge waste of energy, and he's a tactical fighter. He basically says, oh, yeah, I can do that, but I don't do it. But he does it in this show. And so that got spoiled for me a while ago. And I was like, whatever. That's like, I already knew Vegeta could do this. Like, that's not like that big of a spoiler. But then the biggest spoiler that could possibly be spoiled for me was spoiled on TikTok. When Goku goes Super Saiyan 4, which was not technically canon because GT was not canon. My whole entire feed was nothing but people posting the video like 30 minutes after it came out. Like, you couldn't have, like, I don't even know that you could have watched the episode and made the video. You had to have been like scroll through, find the clickbait, and post the clickbait type of stuff. And so it got spoiled for me. So I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna binge watch it in Japanese now. Like, I won't even wait anymore. Like, the biggest thing that could possibly happen in this series has happened, and it's frustrating. Like, it's the last thing that Akira Toriyama made before he died. Writing, animation. And he is responsible or influential on so much shonen anime. For Naruto. It credits him. Obviously he did all the he's responsible for the Dragon Quest artwork, and I don't know. I just feel like if you're one of the people that is like farming clicks by like posting that the day it comes out, I think that you just need to understand like the respect for other people. Back in the day, all you have to do is say spoiler warning. You just start your video with a spoiler warning, and then everybody can skip it that doesn't want to watch it. And I can't.
Yeah, but you don't get your 30 seconds for your monetization, or whatever it is.
I didn't even watch the whole thing. I scrolled past it anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
Just give spoiler warnings on.
We literally just did that here.
Yeah. Also,
welcome back to our friends.
Yeah, welcome back. Just like,
welcome back.
I don't just give a spoiler warning. It's so stupid. It's not even hard. Like, TikTok lets you make videos basically as long as you want now. Who cares if your 1 minute video? It's probably not even 1 minute. It's probably like a 2 minute video or a 3 minute video. Who cares if the beginning of it has a splash screen that says spoilers for this episode, then post it? It's like common courtesy. I don't know. But yeah, I watched all of Dragon Ball Daima up to where it's at. My wife is very concerned. She's like, wait, is this like a 1 season show? I was like, well, he's dead, so he can't write more. And she's like, well, yeah, but like, is this it? I was like, I think it is. I think it's just a 1 season fun off, like, fixed Dragon Ball GT type of show. She's like, oh. Because she got really into it and like binge watched it with me. And what's funny is like we got to the end and she turns to Lisa and she goes, your daddy just binge watched a show. He never does that.
I know. That's something you actively try to avoid.
I don't like it. The other thing that I did this last month or week is really got into Pro Tour coverage for Pro Tour Ether Revolt. I know that's on your list too, so feel free to chime in on this one. But like, that was a really fun Pro Tour to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed my time watching this Pro Tour. I thought that the metagame shifted pretty significantly if you're like a Magic player, and watching Magic coverage is it's so funny. Like, people don't feel like Magic coverage is watchable. It's slow and boring and stuff, but for people like us that are really in the weeds about it, I think that we really enjoy it. And I also think that, like, just seeing the way that Commander videos have exploded, that maybe the complaint that it's not a watchable game was just never true.
Yeah, that limited can sometimes be that. Even this limited format was still really good to watch. Obviously, we love standard and paid attention to a lot of the constructed stuff. The I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it was about this Pro Tour. Maybe it's like because we had a rooting interest in someone who's doing actively, well. We had some friends there, so I think that also helped with the viewing experience. Even though I don't think we got to see Adam or Marcy on camera. So he was in the top, like the draft pod.
After
for
day one,
coverage
yeah.
on day 2, but yeah.
Yeah, big shout out to Adam Brace. I really loved his Facebook post about his opportunity, and like it's always so cool to like see local people succeed, and I don't know, I just love it.
Yeah, great Magic players, great people.
I started a new Valheim world. One of the things that I'm trying to do is like do things that I enjoy more right now, and not worry about the content, not worry about like pushing things or whatever. And so I started a new Valheim world to just play the stuff that I haven't played, but get there naturally. Not really naturally. We talked a lot about Valheim on this podcast years ago. Paddy's going to have to join this Valheim world.
I haven't really
with
touched.
me.
Yeah, you haven't touched it in a while, right? Like it's.
I mean, I've touched my old worlds and stuff.
Valheim.
Yeah, I've touched old stuff now and then. Basically, I just brought in my like my I don't know if non-cheating character is the right word. Like my original character into a world. Went and grabbed stuff from like other worlds to like make it a little bit easier and faster to get like through the beginning part. But like even then, I still like I didn't go grab like if you're not a Valheim player, this won't make sense to you. But like I didn't go grab cores, for example. I went and got the cores themselves, and most of the bronze that I'm making, I got myself. Stuff like the tin and the copper to make the bronze, like that. I'm doing all that myself, just because I was talking to a friend who I played Valheim with. So I was like, I kind of miss doing Valheim chores. I know that sounds weird, but like it was so gratifying building the things that I built and having the ideas that I had. And eventually, like, I just started, like, trying stuff out in, like, like, the development mode. And I think that it bored me a little bit, where I was like, okay, well, if I can do anything I want whenever I want, because I have full access to, the development commands, is this even fun anymore? So I'm trying to, like, not do that and, like, go through, like, taking stuff that I got myself and, like, go through it, but it's been really fun, and you have an Xbox now, so you can play it with me.
I do. Is it like a Game Pass game?
Or I don't know if it's Game Pass. It might just be free no matter what.
Oh, okay, cool.
The next one is Little Cat Big City, and I'm enjoying this game so much, Patty. I was playing with Maxwell, and it's funny. Like, playing with Maxwell is fun. Like, it's its own thing. But sometimes you don't move at the pace or learn at the pace that you could if you weren't playing with a little kid. And so I just started playing it without him. And it is so cute, so quaint. This one is a Game Pass game. And it is a cat that falls out of its window of its apartment complex in a big city and needs to get back to its apartment. And you meet different critters along the way that do different things. Very cute art style.
What a cutie pie. I just saw that. I just looked it up. This black cat just like is adorable.
It's
big green eyes.
It's so cute. It's so fun. Big props. The speech bubbles themselves, like the how do I say it? Like the dialogue in the game is as adorable as you could imagine. Yeah, it's such a good time. I highly recommend it. It is such like a cozy game that's like also puzzly, that like has like pretty cool controls. I don't know. It's a really good time. So
cool.
Dr. Stone is my next one. I am all caught up on Dr. Stone. I didn't realize that a new season had come out, and I was in Portland and for the regional championship for Magic the Gathering. My son's like, "Hey, have you seen the new season of Dr. Stone?" On a phone call with him, I was like, "No, have you?" He's like, "Yeah, I watched these episodes." So I was like, "You shouldn't watch anime without me watching it first to make sure you can watch it."
Yeah, right.
But it's been really good. Like, it's a new episode should have come out today. I haven't watched it yet, but it's really cool. I don't even know if we did an episode on Dr. Stone with West when he was the co-host of this podcast, but it's basically an anime where the whole world all the humans in the world get turned to stone for like 4,000 years. And so, nature does its thing, and some people wake up, and it goes from there. Like, you enter the stone world, so to speak, the Stone Age. One of the people that wakes up is a mad genius scientist who knows a lot of things, and thus can catapult humans much faster than they originally did things. So,
sure,
pretty cool. Then my last one is gonna go into kind of my next niche nerd, but I tried Avowed, and then we recorded this podcast, and the audio didn't work, and I tried it again.
Mm-hmm.
So Avowed is a action RPG for, I think it might be an Xbox exclusive from Bethesda. And it is gorgeous, Paddy B. Like, absolutely gorgeous. I don't like zombies. Like, I've never liked zombies. I'm afraid of the aesthetic. And I actually had a conversation on Threads about Avowed specifically. And I'm giving it a shot, but I got some bad news for people that love cloud gaming on Xbox as much as I do. This game is so beautiful and so good that I don't actually think you can play it on cloud gaming. Like, the frames, eventually you just run into, like, refresh. So if I'm going to play it, I might have to download it. But I have been trying it. I'm trying to get over the zombie thing. But who likes zombies? Why do people like zombies? They're just gross.
A little bit. But it leads to some great gratuitous violence.
Okay. I don't like that either, though. That doesn't help me.
I know. That's probably why it's not one of your favorite things.
All right, go ahead, Patty. What have you been nerding out about right now?
Yeah, so Standard Magic Pro Tour, we talked a little bit about that. Last weekend we recorded, and then I took Shelby for her birthday to go see the Utah Hockey Club. This is both
Shout
of our
out
first
Shelby!
games
Happy
for-
birthday! We love you, Shelby!
Shout out
Woo!
Shelby! Happy
Woo!
birthday!
Woo!
We love her. She's gonna love hearing that when she listens to the episode. And I kind of I'm nerding out about hockey right now. Like, I have been a Golden Knights fan since that was kind of when they became a team when I started watching hockey, and they were the closest team to Utah at the time. So it was kind of just like made sense to start there. But I do love that we have a team here. I do love the hockey culture. And part of what was going on was last week there was the Four Nations face-off, where we had 3 fights in the first minute of the Canada United States hockey game, which it's an exhibition game, right? There's nothing really like on the line except for pride, and these guys are just going at it. So I think it's just a really cool like sports culture. And a really fun environment to go, spend time at. It's awesome.
I love it. Also, I asked you on this podcast when Utah got the hockey club. I was like, Vegas Knights or Utah Hockey Club? You're like, Vegas Knights forever. And I think it's changed. I think you're a Utah Hockey Club guy now.
I will cheer on both teams when they are not playing each other. Otherwise, I am still go Knights go.
Oh, come on, man.
Go Knights go.
I don't believe you.
It was super fun, and I had a blast chirping the Vancouver Canucks. In fact, we're gonna try and go see Shelby's stepbrother is from Calgary, Canada, and so he's a huge Flames fan. So we're gonna try and make it out to that game too.
Cool.
I still may get some merch because just the color scheme is really cool.
I can't think of something else that has that color scheme. I don't know. That black and like light blue.
Yeah, with the white. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So yeah, nerding out about that. And then I've got a couple TV shows that I've been watching. We started watching the Spider-Man animated TV show. That's on Disney Plus. We're only like 3 or 4 episodes in of that. But it's really cool because it's not set in the like standard Marvel 616 universe, but it has a lot of those like it makes you feel it's very similar but different. Touching on a few of those things that happen with the Tom Holland Spider-Man. He does not voice that character, but it's a really good show so far. And then we kind of have binge watched the Harley Quinn animated show on HBO Max. That show is very queer and irreverent, and it is extra violent, and I love it.
DC does so good with their cartoons for like different stuff. Like, I mean, did you grow up on Batman Beyond like I did? Like, you just like watch that all the time?
I watch more of just the regular animated series.
Sure. I mean, I played the animated series, video games, and like stuff like that. Like, I didn't watch as much of the animated series as I did Batman Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that like, DC makes like R-rated cartoons for Batman. Like they're very willing to go in.
Yeah, it's something I love about DC in general. Whenever there's something like if we don't have something to watch, like that's one of the things that we'll go in and see if there's a new cartoon that they've released, like an hour long, hour or two special. We've watched all the dark stuff.
I was gonna watch Young Justice, but they. Oh, sorry, did I interrupt you there?
No, you're good. You're good.
I was gonna say I was gonna watch Young Justice at one point, but I learned that got canned early for some reason.
Huh.
Even though it was beloved.
That's interesting.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it, no.
We watched like the first 2 episodes. It's pretty good. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Totally derailed you there.
That's okay. So, and Kaylee Coco, I always have trouble pronouncing her last name, from The Big Bang Theory and others, voices Harley Quinn. She's great.
Does she really?
Yeah, she's yeah, I think she's a producer on that show too. Like,
what?
Let me see if I'm putting my foot in my mouth here.
Are you for real? Kaylee Cuoco?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Alec Tudyk plays the Joker. So yeah, really great cast. That one we did finish Creature Commandos as well. That's like the Suicide Squad, but it's like monster themed based. It's the first project that James Gunn has done with DC. So watch a lot of DC cartoons and stuff. So
that's dope.
A great time.
What are you doing next?
Next, I am probably starting tonight. I've got it queued up. I'm going to start playing the Spider-Man game for PS5. Cool. I guess it's a PS4 game that was redesigned for the PS5. I wanted to start with that one because it's not on the PlayStation Plus like version of Game Pass. So that should be really cool. I figured I would start with 1 and then move on to
2 and
Miles Morales and 2. Yeah. I don't know which one comes first, like story wise.
I think 2 is before Miles, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I will get to those games eventually. I'm pretty excited for that. We're also going to finish, like I said, only a few episodes into the Spider-Man animated TV show. So we're going to continue to finish that. And then I had this in my list last month, and I'm trying to keep myself to it. As far as continuing to build my Notre Dame Lego set, because
you should do that while you guys are watching shows, man. That's like the best way to do it.
I am so paranoid that I will mess something up with this very tricky, like complicated Lego set that like we literally like clear off the like it's a team effort. Shelby and I, like, she's prepping the bags, and then like I'm putting them all together. She's got instructions on her phone. I'm using the book. Like, there's a system because I don't want to mess anything up.
That's so cute. I love it. So for me, I'm looking for a new RPG to dive into. You know, I'm playing Red Dead again. I'm playing Valheim again. But after finishing Outlaws, like, gotta find something. It's really frustrating. I was talking to one of my best friends, Casey Bloodworth, shout out, about Jedi Survivor, which is the sequel to Fallen Order. And I love the game and the story so much. But I can't do it. Like, I can't handle how every... Like, it's minute by minute. Like, you are in a new travel puzzle. Like, it's so input intensive to get from point A to point B. It's annoying. Like, it's like, okay, that's fine. Like, give me a puzzle to solve when I get to the place, but don't make getting to the place a puzzle. That's not fun.
Sure. Yeah, where like you have to. So every place is designed where you have to like jump and run off this wall and ledge climb over here.
Dude,
and,
it's so crazy. It's absolutely insane. And I mean, I remember, I think it was like 6 months ago, or maybe a little bit more, that I was like, I had the best moment in all of video games playing this game. Like, I think this could be my favorite video game of all time. And now I, like, literally can't move. Like, it's so annoying. So, I need a new RPG. I might download Avowed. I heard Starfield got better, so I might go back to that. That one seems like a 100-hour game though, and I don't know that I'm gonna like. I don't know if I'm down for that.
So that sounds like a pretty big commitment for sure.
Yeah, and that's like a year long or more game for me. So, but also I have some movies that I want to watch. Captain America came out. I really want to watch it with my wife. This is the first Marvel movie, maybe since Black Widow, that I'm like really excited about. And I love the cast. Nothing's been spoiled for me, so like I can really just go in and watch it. I think it got pretty good reception. Especially considering how down people were on the premise. And then Wild Robot is one I've talked about for months. I think it had the best trailer of any movie I've ever seen. And it will be movie night coming up, so I'm excited for that. And then, kind of finally, looking to go to more Smash and Magic locals. Our local store, Galaxy Games, just posted their RCQs. I was going to hit you up. I know that Quentin and Matt are thinking of going, and like we need to get cards together for people and stuff like that. But then also just like finding a day to like go to a Smash tournament or a Magic tournament or stuff like that. Like I need to do that. I want to be more involved in my community because I miss it. Like, you know, I've had a kid for 3.5 years now, and it's about the time where I probably could go do some of that stuff.
Sweet. Yeah. If the podcast hadn't needed to be re-recorded, you know, I've been trying to go. Oasis has a pretty good standard scene on Wednesday nights, so it's probably a place where we can start.
You're welcome for that. That was me.
What?
That was me for like literally all time. The reason that Standard has Wednesday, or Oasis has Wednesday Standard, was always me. I killed another store's Wednesday tournament to move it to Oasis years ago. I then brought it back, and anyway,
that's funny.
It is funny. Let's talk about the nerd news.
News.
All right. Acolyte numbers. Do you know this news?
I don't know this news. This is interesting.
Oh my gosh, Paddy B. You know how I was mad about the Acolyte getting canceled? Do you remember how I was like, this is stupid. The haters should die in a hole. I hope that their toenails all get ingrown and that they choke on food. Remember me saying, oh, I didn't say any of that. I just thought
something like that. Okay.
Okay, so in 2024, the whole year, the second most watched show on all of Disney Plus was The Acolyte. On the entire...
Sorry, what?
On the entire platform, for the whole year, the second most watched show was The Acolyte.
Huh.
This news comes out a couple days ago, and people are like, what are we doing? Why are we letting the mouth-breathing incel losers win? Like, what is happening? And I get it. It was an expensive show. Like, it was really expensive. Guess what? You don't have to make the next season that expensive. We just want the story. But, like, I can't handle this. I can't. Like, I don't... what is a successful show to you? Do you have one? Is there like what's the barrier to being a successful show if the second most watched thing on your platform is a failure?
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know. That's pretty crazy that it's the second. I did not know that.
That's not just like when it was out, not like on its premiere date. No, the
Mm-hmm.
entire year, total watches, Acolyte was number 2. Anyway, got a little heated there.
That's crazy.
Speaking of Star Wars, Andor's premiere date and trailer have come out. Did you know when it premieres, Patty B?
uh, I watched the trailer and I don't remember what it premieres.
It premieres
I'm
on the
bad.
day of the season finale of Daredevil. So you can finish Daredevil and immediately go to Andor.
You know, I don't hate that. I
I
think
think it's
that
great.
yeah, it'll draw some people to the platform. I like it. Let's go. Yeah, the trailer looks really good.
I haven't watched it yet.
I like the way that it sounds like they were going to, because I don't think it's getting another season.
Mm.
Um,
No, we talked about
but
this last month. They had announced that it will end at the beginning of Rogue One.
yeah. So it looks like they're connecting all the dots this season, which will be cool.
You put in the next one, which I didn't even know is news because I just assumed this was true. What is the next one?
Yeah, so I saw this on my nerd news sources. The Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power is a show that I have not ended up watching yet, but I know it's important to Spencer. It has been renewed for a 3rd season. That is about it.
It's a great show. Like
it doesn't say when it'll be debut. They don't have
I think we talked about this like a few months ago, where I was just like, I understand that this isn't canon. Like, I get that, like, but I don't know how you would make this show because it takes place over 900 years or something, and you just don't care about characters. Like, what do you have, like 3 characters in one episode, 3 characters, and then it just doesn't make sense. And I think the way that it did it was elegant and made you care about characters and things like that. I thought season 2 was even better than season 1, and I already liked season 1. But yeah, it should be good. Next up, we have some Harry Potter news. So I got to make a donation to some kind of trans charity. I will do that. I'll post it on socials when I do it. But when we do Harry Potter stuff, we like to make sure that we are supporting our friends. Like, we have a lot of trans friends. Like, just to be clear, like, we have a lot of trans friends, and like, people are people, and She Who Must Not Be Named really went from like the most beloved human in the world to like whatever she is. Dumbledore got cast, and I am shooketh. Did you click it? Did you see who it is? John Lithgow. Lithgow? Patty's not happy.
Lithgow. How
do you feel? He's a really good actor.
Man, yes, he is a very talented actor. It's gonna be so hard for me to separate him and Lord. He played Lord Farquaad. So
that's what you're gonna have trouble separate.
I don't know.
I didn't even know he played Lord Farquaad. I don't have any.
What?
I had no idea. Now that you say it, I know it.
Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me.
Now I hear it. Now I know it.
Yeah.
Like now it's in my head. Here's the thing.
He's very talented.
He is diverse. What is it? Is it Third Planet? What's the sitcom he did for so long? The one where he's a Martian.
Oh, Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah, it was great in that. And so different. I guess spoilers. The show is really old, but is responsible for the best season of Dexter by a pretty substantial margin. Have you watched Dexter?
I have not.
Oh. Alright, plug yours, Paddy. He plays the Trinity Killer. And is absolutely devious and amazing and everything. He also plays Barney's dad in Big Bang, or not Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother. He does so many things. Because of how he never wears like cosmetics, it's gonna be really weird to see him in like a wig and a beard. Like, I don't even know if we'll be able to recognize him. He's gonna have an English accent. He's gonna it's gonna be so different.
I mean, yeah, looks like he played Winston Churchill in The Crown. So
did he?
Yeah. So yeah, he's very diverse. That makes sense.
I haven't watched Dexter New Blood, but apparently he's in that one too. So that's.
Funny enough, speaking of, I want to share something that happened.
Yeah.
So yesterday, at Kayfabe Cards, I was working out front
just fill in.
We had someone sick, so I had to fill in out there. And this man came in and bought some stuff, and he has rigged up his American Express to work with a wand. So he literally points his wand at your pay station.
Oh yeah, no, this is a thing.
Not really. Like, apparently he's tried to like work, and get it like.
I've seen this on TikTok.
Work through.
It's the tap to pay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
He always, apparently it always he's like, I'm going to Universal next week. And always people break character. He's like, can I pay with magic? And they're like, yeah, like you're too old for this. They're pretending that this is, yeah, whatever. And then he does it. And
maybe it's him I've seen on TikTok, but I've seen this.
That's very possible. But yeah, it blew my mind. I was like, what? Oh, that's so cool.
Love that.
I have to get that.
Revenge of the Sith comes to theaters for its 20th anniversary, Paddy. How old do you feel?
Gosh, so old.
I mean, to be fair, didn't it come out like 2005? Like that? Wait.
That would be it.
2012?
That would be 20 years.
No,
it'd be like 05.
What year is it?
If it's 20 years. It's 2025.
I don't know what year it is. All right, 2005.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember seeing this movie in theaters. I thought it was I literally walked out of the theater saying that was the best movie I had ever watched in my entire life. And then I was bullied on the internet for, I don't know, 15 years. And now everybody's like, this is the best Star Wars movie again. And of the random incel losers from the 80s don't get a voice anymore. And they're not like, yeah, you ruined Star Wars. And now this is beloved.
It's because someone else ruined Star Wars.
No,
worse.
It's not. So it's not why. It's because losers can't get over what they wanted instead of what they're given. But I'm excited. Do you want to go to this with me?
Yeah, sure. Let's make a date with our friends. We'll go to the restaurant that you shared in Holiday, and then we'll go to movies.
No. We're not inviting them. It's just me, you, Shelby, and Devonair.
All right, fine.
Matt doesn't like Star Wars.
What?
I took Matt and Quentin to the premiere of Rogue One. Like I bought everybody midnight tickets. Like we all went. We're not inviting. I mean, we invite Quentin and Belly if you want, but we're not inviting Matt.
Sure. Okay.
And shout out to Matt. What is the next thing?
When
did this happen?
I'll share. Yesterday. Today
at
8 a.m. Yes. Let me get you the link here. Sorry.
I didn't know
this is it's kind of bearing the lead a little bit where like so without like
didn't we already know this was coming though? Did they just make
her contract is up this year? The person whose contract is up, may we be saying? Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy is reportedly stepping down from the organization, and that leads me to believe, hopefully, fingers crossed, that either a combination of, or just Filoni, or
they already promoted Filoni. It's
why
Filoni.
am I stopping
There's
my
not
name?
even. It's not Jon Favreau. Yeah. It is Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is getting this job. He's the person that deserves this job. He is the new master of Star Wars. Here's the thing. Kathleen loves Star Wars, and she was treated so poorly, and I don't want to pretend like she wasn't. But it maybe should have always been Dave. Like,
it's kind of like because Kennedy was kind of like Kathleen Kennedy was like the bridge between Disney, like when Disney bought Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's when that all happened, and so I think there was a lot of emotions and feelings with George stepping down. Right.
I don't know that he got stepped down. I think he was ousted. I think they were like, "We don't care what you have to say anymore, man. This is ours now."
I was trying to be nice.
Spencer. Let's be honest. Because
all right.
Here's the thing. Kathleen Kennedy probably has more death threats to her name than like 99.999999% of humans, and it's not deserved.
It's true.
If they
name
Dave Filoni the head of Lucasfilms, will it be better? Yeah. Like, it just will. Like, that's nothing against Kathleen. Yeah. But it is Dave Filoni's job because he has earned it. And I can't imagine them naming another person. Can you imagine the news? Like, if they just promoted Dave and they don't name him the head of Lucasfilms?
Here's where I kind of think this is headed. I think Jon Favreau will be involved because he was very involved in the first few years at Marvel, like getting that cinematic universe
I could see them naming John. Sorry, keep going.
So much that he was like an executive producer named on stuff like Infinity War, and where he didn't do work on it. Like there's a lot. He's done a lot of stuff for Disney and Marvel, and with the new there's going to be a new trilogy coming out, right?
The Rey trilogy.
What was that?
The Rey trilogy.
I don't think I'm hoping. Here's me, fingers crossed. I'm hoping that they start with new characters.
They've already announced.
They don't try and recycle.
They've already announced the Rey trilogy.
All right. Well, and then you've got all the Mandalorian, Thrawn stuff coming up that really needs to hit. So I think Favreau will be involved, but yes, it is a combination of the two gentlemen.
I think that Jon Favreau could. Here's. Oh man, I can't believe we're getting this in. Oh man, this is so nice. In the Star Wars, I think that Jon. Can he even take this job? Like, He's so involved in Marvel, he'd have to just give up Marvel.
How I don't know how involved he. I don't know. I thought he was more involved with the Mandalorian and Star Wars recently.
But here's the thing: if he did get this job, I think it would be so that Dave Filoni could keep creative control over the properties.
That I could totally see like the two-headed monster of like Filoni on the creative side and Favreau on the administrative, like building side,
the producer side.
But yeah, being producing, 100%. So that's the news.
I can't believe that you gave me Star Wars news before I knew it. I was sick this morning, so that's probably why. But like, I probably can't get on like TikTok or like anything for the celebrations that are probably happening, because I don't hate Kathleen, and I just shout out to her for dealing with horrible humans.
Star Wars fans?
Yeah, just being horrible. We plan our episodes about every 2 months. We actually probably have to do that right now. We're open to podcast listener feedback, so leave a comment on YouTube, or even in the Discord or on YouTube. Let us know what you would like to hear, and then leave a review, whether it's iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening, and it really helps the show. You can find me at Spencer13H on Blue Sky. You can find Paddy at PaddyBMTG. You can find the show at Need Nerd Pod everywhere. Like, subscribe. It really does help out the show. Next week, we're doing our favorite gaming controllers of all time. And we will follow it up. We probably have actually like a pretty big slate. We're doing favorite gaming controllers next week. Then we'll either do My Hero Academia or the week after that. So, thank you everyone for listening. Patty B is in slow motion.
Sounds awesome.
And we'll see you guys next time with a brand new episode of the Need to Nerd podcast.